Goldman is going to be a driver to look out for next race. He was coming on strong in the final couple of laps there. He was gaining and gaining and gaining on the leaders.
Hello and welcome back to Closed Circuit Sports. For the beginning of our second feature-length film, essentially. It's going to be a four-parter. This is the second doubleheader. Mr. Kevin Dean holding the camera. Also, shout out Drew Bozeman for the clips and some additional pictures. He's very generous. Still gotta Venmo him for those drinks. A Gatorade. Mr. Andrew Petrie, Mr. J. Brian Williams, and my beautiful steed. The layout for Saturday. And what a doozy it was. This was a fast layout. Over a kilometer. I should have included the distance gauge, but it would have made everything a little bit too busy. I found the distance gauge, though. It's pretty cool. It tracks the length of the stint in terms of how much ground you covered. It's pretty cool. Firing up our own engine. I like that I can. After being dependent on people at the beginning. We're gonna follow our dude Tyler out for qualifying. Get re-familiarized with this layout that we haven't seen since, dare I say it, Route 66. There might be one corner different, but most of it's the same. Daytona's back. Love that corner. Scary ass corner. Mr. Mark Heber, shout out for the high five. Appreciate it. Sitting behind Zach Allen as we head out on track for qualifying for the light class in round 7 of the IKC Indy Karting Challenge 206 Senior. Green, green, green. Still warming up the tires very clearly. I'm flat there by the end of the weekend. Love that. Hitting that kink at top speed and then going into Daytona, still flat, through Daytona flat, all the way into the hairpin is awesome every time. It's exhausting though over a day or two, like this doubleheader was. We had round 7 on Saturday, round 8 on Sunday. So this was a full enclosed day of racing. A warm-up, qualifying, a heat race, a final. Then we do it again in the afternoon, after lunch. Then we do it again in the morning, and then again after lunch. And in August, in Indiana, that might have been a mistake. I got sick after this event, dude. It kicked my ass. Just for a day. But I had to take a day. I drove myself home and got sick on the way, man. It was a doozy. I don't know why I'm talking about this right now. We haven't even started racing yet, but I think the first one was intense, but the weather was nice enough that I was like, all right, cramps are something we can manage with training. That's fine. This was like, I don't want to throw around the word heat exhaustion, but the phrase heat exhaustion. But I think it genuinely was, because I stayed in the AC and I couldn't cool down. Kind of brutal. We survived though, and we still made gains. What's so cool is this was our first weekend renting a Ghost, trying a different 206 motor. And yes, it was making a difference. Not a giant difference, but a difference. It sounds healthier. It felt like it had more pull out of every corner. And it got to the top end quicker. It's a good engine. It's a good motor. And I'm really glad that now that mine is being rebuilt, it will be a Ghost. And I will have no excuses in this car. I won't have a motor that's on its last legs. I won't have a clutch that I'm not sure of its quality and condition. Everything's gonna be squared away for the next one. Not this weekend, not this coming weekend, but next weekend. Round 9 will be next weekend. 7 and 8 was this one. 5 and 6 was doubleheader part 1. Excuse me, doubleheader 1. This is really just the first quarter. But we're already doing laps within a tenth of each other. Let's see what we get done here. It's gonna be slower. Nope. All right. Let's keep throwing down PBs. This track just kept getting faster all weekend. All weekend. I think I fell off before the track did, but Sunday evening, the final for light was pretty greasy. But that was after everybody had beat the hell out of this track at top speed all weekend. Little bits of tarmac were getting pulled up by the end of the weekend in the little patch of spots. The darker patches, there were bits that were crumbling. I was rather impressed. Not by the quality of the pavement per se, no, I'm impressed by the fact that go-karts at racing speeds are able to produce that level of force. Because I've heard of that happening in F1 races, I've heard of that happening in IndyCar races. I've even heard of it happening in NASCAR. I have never heard of that at this level, and I don't think it's because it's bad pavement or anything. It's fairly new. I think the heat being as high as it was, so track temps being as high as they were, really softened everything up. It was as grippy as I have ever felt a racetrack. I was really surprised that I didn't pick up a hop, or more of a hop, over the course of the weekend in the rear. But there were a couple of moments where it skipped, but mostly we were able to keep it rolling. Ooh. A pretty good qualifying, but unfortunately, I had showed up late. So this was my first session. That was my shakedown. Knowing how much racing I was going to do all weekend, it was fine. But for the moment, we're 1.6 off the pace. Not ideal. We'll be starting our heat race toward the back, in the final row. we'll see what kind of damage we can do from there. We'll see what falls our way.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll try not to force anything. This is race 1 of 8 for me for the weekend. I'm realizing how much I bit off. how much I put on my plate. But I need reps, damn it. So let's go get some reps. All in. Shout out to Formula Win Suits. Harris, my boy Harris Malik, for getting me a kick-ass custom Burrell suit. CW Kart, New Gen, VRS, Groons, DistroKid, Ace Tech, all represented along with Burrell Art, the manufacturer team of our beautiful kart. Built for KA100, running in LO206, a Ghost Racing engine machine, with the same set of MG Reds that we've had on since round fucking 1. It's about time to swap those out, huh? I don't know. They still got life. I think it's time. With the rebuild and the new tires that I have sitting in the trunk, we're gonna have a brand new kart for round 9. But let's squeeze this orange. See what we can find out of this beautiful Ghost. LO206, forming up as tight as we can without actually bumping Tyler. Not quite, but we gotta jump at the right time. Wasn't quite positioned well, but still in formation, not losing anybody. I'm gonna stick with Ethan, he's quick. Ethan Williams, 42. Never mind, there's Tyler. Okay, hang on, what's about to happen here? Skirt? Oh no! 1, 2, 3, gone. Out. This was Bozeman's angle. We all come, yum, 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 yum. And then there's that gap. And you're like, whoa, what happened there? You see Zach get going again. Can't blame you. Can't blame you, bro. But then you see the puff of smoke out of the dust. We've lost Tyler Sims. Hopefully not for the season, but he was surely totaled. They were bent pieces. They needed a replacement chassis for the guy in the afternoon who was booked for that kart. They got work to do if that thing's ever gonna race again. And Tyler now has a pretty penny to spend on those pieces that they might order to try and get it fixed. I hope to see him back soon. The other guy who got was Ethan Williams. Oh, the stricken 19, damn. Man, I'm still trying to get this damn thing under me. Okay, the mistakes are glaring from here. Tighten up. Man, a lot of counter steer. We didn't change any setup over the course of the weekend. I just got the kart under me better. I think you're going to see an evolution over the course of these next 4 videos. This is all 2 days. Pretty good G through there. Oof, those 2 corners back to back is just exhausting. A long right-hander. Then we sweep up the hill to complete the lap. Coming up on the second half of the race. Keep an eye on that G meter in the bottom right corner. The jumpier it is, the worse I'm doing. The smoother it transitions, the more I'm in the pocket. Check this out. Boom over the crest. Boom into the... Oh my god, I love that corner. I was so glad they put that gravel trap in there. It saved Tyler's ass today. Sorry that you had to test it out though, bud. Kept him out of the wall. Kept him safe. Before they closed it and added that gravel trap, that would have been all wall. Probably would have been a red flag. This is better. This is much better. But now that kart is in a fairly hazardous spot because, God, if someone were to go off there, that would be, ugh. That would not be good. Man, I can't. All right, I can. I'm just not doing it there. Oh, here goes Ethan. Okay, stick with him. Jen. Gap. Way to go, dude. Man, I found a whole half a second on that lap. 51-0. Okay. Lost a little bit of time there as Ethan made his way through, but I think that was my fault. Not his. Let's see what we can turn here. Let's try and crack into the 50s. Haven't turned to 50 anything yet. Okay. Watching the hands. There's a lot of back and forth going on. Smooth is good. That wasn't terrible. That south hairpin has been, and this center hairpin have been my nemesis. I like this part of the track. I hate that center section. That south hairpin into the center, that little mixing bowl area, and then back up the hill. That has been killing me for months now. If I can figure that out in 2:06, might be able to put a lap together. I think that's where most of my time is being lost though, is from ready. From right about here. That corner is probably a 10th or 2. This corner, probably a 10th. And then based on that exit, there's probably some momentum that I'm losing up the straight, up the hill rather, down onto the straight, because everybody else has it. So that's a me issue. something about my line through there that I'm just not seeing correctly. I like the sweepers, the long sweeping turns. And God, these where you can get into a groove, awesome. But this is like cambered uphill, and then back down, opens up, tightens back up, and then how to roll that best, I don't know. I feel like I'm always compromising there. But hey, we cracked into the 50s on the last lap, and this one as well. So these last 2 laps were within a tenth of each other, and that's good. Most of these laps were consistent within each other. Like relative to each other, fairly consistent, but we want more improvement than we found. We only actually improved by a 10 from lap 5. That ain't great. Improved a lot from lap 2 though, shoot. Damn shame to see the big one happen so early in the weekend. With this small field, that does count as the big one, 3 carts. 1 total. Because these are not rentals. These are all ours. Some of these are arrive and drive from teams, but you are fully responsible for the results of what happens to that cart. And they get to tell you how much it costs for them to fix it for you. So, having started in 12th, we finish in 9th. Meaning, that's where we're going to start the final from. 9th. Not bad. But we're down to 11 now. No longer 9 out of 12. Shame to see him go, but I understand it. I hope to see him back soon. Out for the formation lap. Trying to get better at warming up the tires without Scott McLaughlining myself. Yes, it is now a verb. Trying to get better at applying the principles that we had during the semi-pro event. Refer to the helmet cam video if you haven't yet seen it. It was fun. Most overtaking I've done on track in a competitive race in a minute. In quite a minute. It was very cool. Actual overtaking. Like on pace overtaking. It was very fun. We find some of that this weekend too though. Obviously, we got some fortuitous passes by escaping the carnage there in race 1, but now the challenge is to prove that our pace is legit. No, I'm not on the pace of the leaders, but we are getting closer. Oh! They got a jump on me there. That sucks. All right, here we go. Don't leave the door open in turn 1. Stick with Petrie. Turn 2, the door is open. Yep, okay. Zach is quick. It's okay. Here we go. Ride with him. Through on Ethan. Very nice. Well managed by Ethan. Good patience. I know he's quick. He knows he's quick. We'll see what happens. I'm sure Zach is thinking the same thing right now as he just dipped the tire off. I'm trying to keep it slightly defensive in there without compromising my exit, but I have. Oh, no. Okay, we're getting gapped. Go, 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 go. Dive, dive, dive. Ooh. A lot of curb there. A lot of curb there. Hey, no counter steer there that time. That's good. Ah, it's mid-corner there. It's weird. Momentum, momentum, momentum. Stay on target. Stay on target. Oh. Another new personal best. Let's keep it going. Sneak a peek. He's right there, dude. Spoiler alert. He's right there. Don't leave the door open. You will take it, and you will be forced to concede. Another new personal best. Knocking off 10s. No! Not this time. Counter steer, turn 1. Ooh, actually turning that into a triple apex. Try to smooth out this corner. Alright. Quit looking over your shoulder, doofus. Man, I just can't help myself. Costs me time every time I do it. Damn it. I must resist. Ah, pretty good roll, but I've lost my target. Get back here. Ah, I think he's gone. Trying to get closer to the limit of asking this cart exactly what it's able to do. Rather than riding it, we're getting to the point where we're driving it. Truly driving it. Back to experimenting though. Get back in the pocket, Goldman. Just did a 50.4 and a 50.3. Do it again. Ah. Come on. Not bad. For us today. at this point in the morning. Ha. Well, it's almost midday now. We're halfway through this race. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat that personal best. Let's see if we can. It looks like Zach is coming back to us a little bit. Can we reel him back in? Another new personal best. Okay. Whoop, I did the tire there. And we took some curb there. Don't fumble. Curb. Ah. Not useful curb. Unsettling curb. Fine line. Hard to walk. Not as clean. Entry was good, the exit was sloppy. Entry was aggressive. That's why the exit was sloppy. Okay. Curve again. Yeah, you see it. I knew it in the moment there. Okay. Looks like that's not what we want. Damn it. Damn it. Again, slide. Trying not to slide. I'm letting him get away. Are chasing as hard as we can, okay. Okay, times fell off, but they're coming back down. He's got much more consistency than me right now. Are we gaining? Not on our own personal best, but we're still in the 50s, thank God. If we kept running 51s, I would have an issue. Just keep bringing them down, closer to 51 than 50. I like that I'm keeping the revs high enough that the clutch is mostly staying engaged. 33 to 36 is where the clutch locks in. Once you're over 3,600 RPM, it's pulling. 6,000 is the limiter. A lot of compromises. A lot of compromise corners here. Much closer to 51s than 50s. Consistent, but consistently not what we're capable of. Consistently less than what we're capable of by about a half a second at this point. We lock in on the white flag. Could be better. Could be better. But not bad. So 50.2 is a good rabbit time going into the afternoon. Good target time, good to chase. Well raced by Zach Allen and the rest of everybody in 206 light. Everybody running their own race. Racing the course. Getting faster if we can. Thank you for joining us for part 1 of 4 of this second doubleheader weekend in the Indy Karting Challenge. We finished where we started. Felt a little bit more eventful than that, though, didn't it? See you for the afternoon sessions. Peace.